Welcome to another episode of the Black Vigilant podcast with my special guest, the legendary group Smif-N-Wessun, my guy Still,
Yeah.
and the big homie over here, Tech.
Salute.
I'm saying I appreciate y'all for coming through and rocking
Already
with
know,
your
big
boy.
boy.
Word. I'm saying
Salute the plug, knowledge on deck.
Yeah.
yes, of course,
Yeah.
my co-host Knowledge.
Yes.
big dog.
Sitting in today.
Y'all already know who he is. He on episode 2 over there.
Real.
Check it out. But let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? I want
Let's
to
do
know,
it.
tell the people a little bit about Smif-N-Wessun, man. The young boys that don't know nothing about the OGs, the original gun clappers.
The young guards gotta do they gotta do their
homework.
history, man.
Right.
Like we was just like them, and still is in certain kind of ways, man. We came up, we started our trail in '95. You know what I mean? Coming off of Black Moon into the stage, we dropped our first single, 9-4, and we dropped our album in '95. So we've been running around for a quarter.
Right,
Kicking a quarter. And when we came out, our first song was Bucktown, representing Brooklyn.
Bucktown.
You know what I mean? We changed the
Gun
whole
clapper.
dynamics of Brooklyn, and all the boroughs showed us love, and we took that on the road. And we still here together, running and gunning. You know what I mean?
Man, I love to see it, man. The loyalty, you know what I mean? I stand together for a
Yeah.
very long time.
Yeah,
A lot of people don't even go through that these days.
Nah, we had to go through our love hella right. We had to deal. We had a team of brothers, our boot camp family. Like, one thing that's good about us, we started with Black Moon, right? Black Moon entered the stage, and we was blessed to kind of like watch these guys do interviews, do shows, do studio stuff, and sit on this porch quietly and absorb all of that stuff. And then when they was ready, they got to probably like song number 15, 16 on their album. They was like, yo, y'all ready? Yo, Tech, Still, y'all ready? We like, yo, we jumped off the bench like, yes, let's go. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they opened it up for us, and we just, you know what I mean, never looked back since. So the family brought us through a lot of things.
Cool. That's what's up. Tech, big homie.
Yeah.
Tell the people what you got right here, man. What's going on here?
Oh, this is the live album that we recorded over in Prague with
Check it out, Smif-N-Wessun, the champion
our
sound.
brothers, the group champion sound over live in Prague. It's mostly it might be the full Shining done live.
It's the Shining,
Yeah,
and
the
it's a
Shining
couple of other
album.
joints
Classic album.
in
Yeah,
there.
a couple other joints like
Definitely
Super
classic.
Brooklyn. We got the D&D Sound Clash. The Gotta Say It from the what you call it
The
album that we
album.
did, the Pete Rock joint. So this is just something that
Wow,
we came
shout
up
out
with.
to
We
Pete
spoke
Rock.
about while we was away.
boot
We
camp
couldn't really
click,
get in
shout
the
'em out.
studio, so we was like, fuck it, let's record the live joint. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
It's crazy, yo, man. I met you when I was younger.
Oh, what?
Kid, but for real, like back in school, in elementary school.
Oh, okay.
That shit crazy that I'm
Dig
here
it.
now with you.
Dig it.
Like,
360 degrees. That's what
crazy.
we've been
Right,
talking.
actual fact.
the world is it's crazy.
Nah, that's
Yeah.
real for us, man. That's the thing when we talk about 360 degrees back home. You know what I mean? Peace to the gods and earths, by the way. You know what I mean?
Peace,
Shalom
peace.
to my
Word.
shalom to my Akis out there. It's a blessing for us to be able to step out as youngins, and then come back as
Nah,
elders, as you say, individuals that travel, and then we got information to talk about. You know what I mean? Especially on this platform like this. So, I mean, we've been around the world and aye. You know what I mean?
I worked with some of the greats, man.
Yeah. Blessings, man. Blessings. Salute
Love the
to.
track you sent me earlier, man. I mean,
Yo, I was trying to send you some joints, but I was like, yo, I'm gonna send you so much stuff.
I need all that.
But I was like, yo, the ill thing is that Tech, he's a general in the movement called Culture Pushers. He could tell you about that more. But this is a conglomerate of like,
Definitely get into that.
you know what I mean? Like, wow, they just dropped a crazy. It's like a bunch of videos, a bunch of stuff going on. Word.
Facts.
I would like to say, what inspired y'all to get into hip hop? What was the essence?
I mean, That's a crazy question. 'Cause I don't think no one can answer where the essence of hip hop.
No,
came
I'm
from.
saying like.
I mean, what inspired us? Hip hop chose us, man. Like, we both come from families with musical backgrounds. My mom was in a church. My pops was running around with multiple bands playing saxophone, horns, all types of instruments. He wired our first piece of equipment that we brought with our deal money. So, I mean, it's like the game really chose us. Man. It was just up to us to mature in it. You know what I mean? Right, and find our own wave to move around with. And like he said, thanks to our big brothers, Black Moon, we was molded in a form of greatness.
And R.I.P. to the big dog, Sean Price.
Of course.
Sean Price,
Forever.
Rest in peace, Pop Duke too.
Yeah, that was our brother even before the music, man. So Sean lives on, as the big bro Rock say, for life, man. To all our fallen comrades.
That's one of the realest cats you gonna ever meet in the game. You know, everybody that had the opportunity to, I guess, have a conversation with him, either loved him or hated him, because he'll tell you what he think about you right off the top.
Keep it 100 with
You
you.
know what I mean? Straight.
Serious,
So you know,
Holding no
and he has some, and
real.
needless to say, he has some really beautiful relationships. Very few that hated him, and if they did, they kept it to themselves.
Ain't nothing you can do about the haters. The haters gonna hate.
Not with a dude like that.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like you gonna address it, but this is the thing. Like when we have what we have now, is people a lack of accountability. You know what I mean? Like I see a lot of people blaming the young guards. I like the question that you started with the young guards. Let the young guards know. Like a lot of the young guards do know. My oldest is gonna be 24 this year. So my album came out before he was born. I did an album, then I had sex with his moms. You know what I'm saying? We popped off. I was famous and I had famous sex. And my son was born. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, my album older than you, kid. That's real. So how do I tell him the story? You telling me how I tell them the story. I want him to know. How do I give him that information? Like, how do I give him that information without going, yo, I'm your pops from Smif-N-Wessun? You know what I mean? Like, yo, whatever, man. I ain't checking for that.
Special.
You know, I'm checking for Nuke the Kid right now. Like, you ain't, you know. So it's like, it's just about a conversation and you know, it's just keeping the balance and that equality between each other and just bringing it forth and being hot though. Current events.
Still giving the bars.
Yo, give thanks, man.
Still giving the
Your
bars.
young man be rhyming too? He be the young guard rhyme too?
Nah, he do rhyme. He's part of a big up to my
What
son
about yours,
Genesis.
T?
My little man, he a ball player.
He the businessman.
Okay.
My little man, he'll be
That's
20.
real.
He'll be
NBA.
20 this month. Yeah, he got hoop dreams.
Headed
You
to the
know?
league.
That's real.
He ain't with that hippity hoppity shit. He
Okay.
like, Daddy, I don't even want to be in your shit.
Yeah.
But that's 100 because
No smoke.
he got his own path and whatever he do.
Right, he
I
walking
support
his
him
own road.
100%. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Pass that
He
fucking.
didn't know nothing about who his
I
pops
can like
was
this?
till he was
Yeah, yeah.
about 13
man.
years old. I kept him in the dark. So he the best kid to have.
Right.
That's
Young
peace.
hoodie.
That's peace.
I told my son, don't do it. He did the exact thing I said. No, he did the exact opposite of what I said. You don't want this life. You see me?
Legend. He want to be a legend.
It's dark and hell is hot. Listen to me, son. Yes, that's what I want, Pops. I'm like, oh, gosh.
Real.
So,
You know.
so what do y'all think? Now, I mean, so what do y'all think about today's hip hop
Yeah.
scene right now? Like,
That's a good question.
I fuck with it. I like he said, once upon a time.
some of them out there.
Some of them out there is busting some stink bombs, huh?
It's some trash out there. It is some trash out there.
Yeah.
But again, once upon a time, we was them. Because the ones that came before us was looking at us the same way. Like, yo, fuck is y'all
right.
niggas talking about? What
That's
y'all
right.
doing?
Facts.
That shit ain't, that ain't what we used to. Niggas rocking cowboy boots and rhinestone jackets. Then we come with the Timberlands,
Jackets with the tassels.
pants sagging.
Y'all
you
changed
know
the
what I
ways.
mean?
Y'all
They
did
looking at
change
us
that
like,
way.
Yo, who the fuck is these camouflage niggas? But it's a lot of new music and new wave joints out there that I listen to. Like we got the youngins, so they keep our ears to the street and they keep us young into this shit.
All day,
have
all
to
day.
stay reinventing with it.
Definitely.
But
and that's you guys do.
right.
mean-
Man, because we students of the game, we love this shit. So when you have love for something, you're gonna do it until you can't do it no more. Whether you making bread off of it or not, you still gonna find that lane to get it done.
Real.
I think it's important. Pardon me, cutting your wisdom. I think it's important to like we all came to add on what PNC said. We all came from that spot where we was looking up to someone. You know what I mean? We grew up looking up to guys like Chuck D and Cool G Rap and KRS-One and even dudes before that. You know what I mean? Respecting those lessons that they gave us, but still having that competitive spirit to go, yo, we want to come in and we want to crush the game with our conversation.
Right.
We wasn't having a conversation. We wasn't in Strong Island with the 98 posse, but we understood that.
Right.
Like keeping 100, like they was out there, shotguns, 98
For the young boys that don't know the 98 posse, explain that.
That's Chuck D. That's Chuck D and his crew.
Chuck D.
When soon as you think stat,
But
legend.
those was the big cars. Too,
those were the
back in
big cars, the
day.
big heavy
9/8.
cars, the 9/8s, they was talking
They
about big
came through
Cadillacs.
all them joints.
You know, talking about
Big Oldsmobiles and everything.
and these is OGs. This is why
house systems in the trunk.
with right, the systems was there, the 808s, the bottoms, like we talk about the 808s, the drums and all that now. Like we
Candy
we
paint,
grew up on
wheels,
that.
everything,
Right.
clean, whole car, interior.
New York City though. New York City. So don't think that New York don't got no love for no other region. New York love every region. We came up when we was in high school, we was listening to NWA. Like salute PNC Cookie Head, cause
Salute.
his Easy E, rest in peace, that was his man. Like he was
R.I.P.
you can't tell him he wasn't Easy E.
Rest in peace. Bro. Y'all got some great memories,
You know what I
man.
mean? So I mean, hip hop embraced us. Like it came out, we watched it grow, and then we was like we latched on to it because it was part of the culture. It taught us how to dress. Slick Rick taught me how to go to school for the first day. Fresh dress,
powerful.
you know what I mean? You got to wear
Shout
your
out to Slick
your
Rick.
Argyle socks. You know what I mean? I went and got everything he said on that song. I went and got Oil of Olay, Johnson and Baby Johnson. I went and got Polo. I leaned all of that.
Classic.
Yo, I had a pair of red leather Bally's. You know what I'm saying? Red leather Bally's with the suede. I was crushing them. I'm like, yo, are you
Oh, that's
kidding me?
real.
With the
That's
red
dope.
silk,
Gummy
with the red silk
Flavor.
You know what I mean? Yo,
I was doing it up.
that's before the colors, but you can't. You know what I mean? Yo,
How did it feel when y'all
Hip-hop.
first got y'all deal? How did it feel when y'all did y'all deal? Then after a while, y'all got the the publicity and y'all first performance. How was that too? I know that's three questions.
That's
in
like
one.
three words. That's like 3 part
amazing,
All right.
more amazing, amazinger.
Personally, I think really we was caught up in the hood life to even really appreciate
Facts.
the deal at the time when we
That's real.
recorded. So I think it was something. It was unachievable in the beginning, and then once we achieved it, I don't think it really hit us like that until we started moving, and because we came touring from the Chitlin circuit with again Black Moon, Chuck Chill Out, literally performing for boxes of KFC with no bread, just riding in a limo, happy to ride back home in a limo from a show.
Oh,
So
Word up.
when you see how hip hop evolved into $1 billion business right now, you thankful and you're grateful to be able to do this shit.
right,
Word.
right.
But I don't think it really hit me until the first time I really heard. I think it was the Bucktown single on the radio.
But that was crazy.
Yeah.
It was going everywhere.
Yeah.
Bulltown, the
Word.
original
And
gun clappers.
this was when we used to stay up late night waiting for Red Alert to come on and one of the DJs. Yo, my shit on the radio. Yeah, I think we was living in over in what you call it over by Glenwood over there at that time in the floors.
Yeah,
I jumped out of the top bed and was wilding running through the grid. Like, oh man. Then came the big cars, fast cars, sport cars, and
life changing.
You know what I mean?
Whoa. In a blink of an eye.
But it was all.
Not
It was,
blink
it,
of
was-
an
it was
eye.
all.
It was a gradual, but it was like a hump. Somebody hit a hump. Tech jumped off the stoop first, I think. Got the coupe.
It was all good. Man.
Here comes
It
Strang
was
with
good.
the S.
Going
with the
from
ES.
bike life to the coupe. That shit was. It was a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
man.
that's
It was-
priceless.
Yeah,
And that's powerful.
We was taking it to the hood though. He was going to the block,
stayed with the.
and they was like, okay,
Really?
boom.
I think we was ready for it more than we really imagined because we was in basic training, should I say, with Black Moon.
Yeah.
Like from sleeping in Kaleidoscope studio under the fucking piano blankets, helping them make their album. So we had already hands on and seeing what it was about, learning how to do things. Like he wrote my first rap for me. I didn't want to be no damn rapper. I wasn't into that rap shit. I just wanted to fight and hurt
Turn
people
up.
and do
Turn
shit.
up.
Yeah, gamble, do shit like that. Dirt bikes.
Yeah.
And then we in
Rough
high
Rider.
school we went to high school with a lot of people that came out like right before us or after us that was showing us, not really showing us the way because we were still young boys, but they was showing what could be happening out there. Like I remember being in the East in the park seeing DOS Effects and EPMD pull up in big body Benzes, like
Word.
putting
40
them in the
Malos.
park. Like they pulling on the sidewalk, like fuck parking in the street. Yeah, so I'm like, damn, this is what rap money could get you in hip hop? Okay.
Meanwhile, you fast forward like 10, 15 years later, and dudes like, we doing shows with these cats. Not only we doing shows with these guys, but these guys is like, we went to an in-store they had when they used to have record stores in New York City. You know what I'm saying? It's probably the last album that EPMD did. We skipped the whole line to see them. We went and bought the records, and then we got online to like had them sign it. You know what I'm saying? They were like, yo, what? They was bugging. They were like, yo, what y'all do?
They
like,
actually handed down a baton
They
of the
gave
back
us the
and
thing.
forth
Wow.
MC style flow.
Word is
That
mine.
shit blew my mind.
Facts.
I was like, wow.
Yo, Swoosh,
Salute
you
the
gotta get them
EPMD,
on verses right here. This is legendary, baby.
Determined.
This Swoosh give my guys, this my guy Smif-N-Wessun, legend.
Definitely.
Yeah, to touch it off, to add on what you were saying, right? It's crazy because I used to see him when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Downtown, I'll be swear more. They be down there. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you walking,
Dangerous.
you coming through the
That's
mall.
underground.
You walking downtown. It's crowded like a million. Like not maybe a million, but it feel like a million.
crowded. That's how I
It
feel.
was
Brooklyn
crowded
feel
back
like
then. You
that.
know what I'm saying? So right across from me, I'll be swear more was the Beach Straw. Guess who-
Street.
Beach Street. There you go, Stan. I stand correct. Beach Street. You know what I'm saying? Guess who I've run into? Bingo.
Big homie.
Still big original OG. One of the original OG. I see him text sometime. You know what I'm
Rest
saying?
in peace, B
You know,
Street, Tower Records.
Yeah, they used to be down there. You know what's crazy? Rap City used to be there. And not only that, you used to see K Solo down there with the afro. You know what I'm saying?
So-
While
Liable
before,
to bump
you
into
know,
anybody down there. in the
while
mall or
before
Beach
I
Street.
even start messing with Rough Riders, but I used to see him
down
and
there.
them down there. They used to be with the fatigue. You know what I'm saying?
Bree Void, what up?
Boot camp
Yeah.
click down there, heavy strong.
Rambo.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, it was epic.
Definitely. So, let us know what's up with you guys, what you got coming up. What's
Hold
new?
on. I don't mean to cut you off. Pardon me. I just want to touch on one thing.
Yeah, do your thing,
One
do your
thing,
thing.
one
It's
thing.
love.
I don't
Yeah,
mean
it's
to-
love.
Yo. All right. Fast forward later on down the line in hip hop, right? You know what I'm saying? Can't leave this out. You have to give y'all credit. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all been around the best MCs. Well, at that time, the best MC. Every MC is good in
And
my
singers.
eyes. You know what I'm saying? Who's lyrically, you know how to put
R&B
on that
there.
mic, who perform, got stage performance and all that. Being around Big and being around Pop, you know what I'm saying? And I know that was, at the time, Big and Pop had a falling out, you know what I'm saying? And I want y'all to elaborate how
R.I.P.
it
to the
feel
two greats.
to do a song with one of the legends, Tupac Shakur. East Coast, West Coast,
I
love.
mean, well, Big and Pop Bless their souls.
Yeah, peace and blessing, me.
They both was my Gemini brothers. It'd be days, I don't know how me and Big would even find each other. I could be on my motorbike, I'd be on a skateboard, anything. It's just once a red light got caught at a red light.
Radar.
Yeah.
This nigga would pull up right next to me. Yo, check, put that shit up, pump that shit. Get in here, let's go. We out.
Man.
And when Pac was locked up, you know, we just reached out to him to hold his head. When he came home, he returned to love and he shot us out, brought us out there. We recorded the album, and this was in the midst of the so-called East-West beef that was going on, which was fabricated by media.
Yeah.
So we was out there. It was I like to say I pride myself picked up both of some of their work ethic, even though me and Big never did any music together.
Right.
We was damn near together, damn near every day for hours out of the day, shutting down weed spots. And in the studio with Pac, it was something different. It'd be like a room this big full of 2-inch tapes, real tapes of real music. Like, God damn, what is it? And he on the set filming like 3-4 movies at the time. So you're like, how the fuck does he find the time to even do this? But from 4:30 in the morning when it's wake up time, he on the set till about maybe 12 afternoon, 1 o'clock. From 1 back to 3:30 in the morning, we in the studio. Or going here doing an MTV interview. Or getting ready to fly to Vegas over here, him ripping up the ticket saying, we ain't all flying together, we ain't flying nowhere.
Epic,
like
epic, very epic.
Lord, that's real.
Soldier,
That's
straight
real.
soldier. That mofo came in the house one time. We was like, yo, I think he might have just came from doing a video shoot because he had on the all white suit like he got in the video.
Yeah.
And we had just cracked our eyelids. He was gone already. We wake up early though. But we like, yo, our homie Thor, rest in peace. He cooking up the breakfast.
Peace and blessings on.
We start hitting the wood. We start doing push-ups and dips on the house. We in Calabasas, so the house is like gorgeous.
Yeah.
But we on the marble steps doing push-ups. Our feet off the steps. Like Pop walk in, like, oh, that's what y'all doing? He dropped straight on the floor and started getting money with us. You know what I mean? Straight like that.
Oh.
Took off his white, dropped down, boom, and we broke bread.
You think there's any videotape of that when y'all was
Not of that.
Not
The
in
studio,
the
when we was in the
crib, hell no.
studio, yeah. But
what was, for the people who don't know, not to cut you off on self, what if for the people who don't know, right? What was the name of the song that y'all did with Tupac?
We did a full-length album called One Nation.
Woo!
Which right
get
now
that.
Napoleon has picked up the rings and he has a project out right now.
yeah,
called
Noble,
One Nation
big up
that
Noble
we're
and EDI.
part of.
Oh,
Yeah,
salute.
they got rocking right now. Muhtar, Brother Salams, and so it's like when you see your family pick up the rings and carry on and try to fulfill your legacy, that's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? So you just gotta support those who support you and keep it rocking.
That's real, right? Real.
That's what, like, Pac had an epiphany, man. He was like, yo, even in the midst of all this drama, what he was preaching to us was One Nation, which was putting the East Coast and the West Coast back together. You know what I mean? So it's like we understand, like, we watch wrestling, we watch MMA, we know it's a competition and all that. Like, he understood the strength of competition, the strength of media, the strength of propaganda. But he also knew the strength of brotherhood, which Biggie was his brother. He knew that. And he is son of a Panther. So you already know what time it is. He knew he was a very strategic dude. So he was dropping a lot of gems on us when we was out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we're gonna do this One Nation. We're gonna get dudes from over here and he knew, and he was almost like Negro Damas, because he was what he was saying. You laughing, but what he was saying, he was like predicting that dudes is not gonna be able to do shows in these cities. So who can do shows in these cities? If you don't have no alliance in these cities, you can't go to these cities. So that's what he was talking about One Nation. Right. You know what I'm saying? When you see that tat on his stomach, 50 niggas, that's 50 niggas with 50 guns. So you got 50, how many states is it? You talking about?
States.
So let's talk. You know what I mean? So when we talking about you got one nigga in each one of these states, you good money. You anywhere you go. So that's one nation, bruh. So he was talking about uniting all the hoods. All the hoods. So it's when you talk about conspiracy theory, it gets crazy because like you can't have a person like that talking that type of power and hip hop.
Big conspiracy theorist.
Talking to the right one. You about
Illuminati.
don't get him started.
Anyway,
Because I want to touch on.
I might just turn my mic off because they about to go back and forth.
That's what I'm gonna say right there on that.
Because of that
one nation is bigger than rap. You know what I'm saying?
Man, ain't no good for
it's deeper than rap, and I'm glad that the homies kept the flag up because it's super important now because it goes back to the first question that you asked about the young guards. Like, when you get to this point in the game and you're making all this bread, why would we kill each other? You know what I'm saying? Wow. This is not the Squid Game. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that type. It ain't that type of party. We can have a party together, and then the people who paying us bread, who are booking us to do these things, we don't need them no more. We got the venues. We got all the setters. We got everything. We got the content. You know, so that's one nation. That's what Pac was talking about.
Right, where black people shouldn't be in no competition with each other, and that's what's going on right now.
I mean, if you got competition, man, we got gloves for that.
Facts.
Word. Instead of the backyard and do what you gotta do. Like you ain't really mad. You can see when a person mad when you trying to put the gloves on. Like, you know what? Never mind. You wasn't really mad. You just got your feelings hurt. You gotta go sit down, man. Have a marshmallow or something.
That's
man.
it.
You know, relax,
chill
man.
pill, man.
You need a s'mores or something, man. You like relax, man.
All right, so I don't want to take it off the topic though, but I want to get into what you feel about this, about that jab that they out here giving the people, man.
Oh wow,
that they forcing us to take.
I think to each his own, man. I think to each his own. I think what's real is that everybody has a responsibility, and you gotta assume what your responsibility is.
Correct.
I don't think that anybody is told what they need to do is gonna always assume a defensive position. Right. You gotta find what, like, some people have to take it because they have people in their home that are elderly, that are young, like children are now getting mandated. My son is one of them who's like, yo, he's trying to decide if he should take the vaccine because he's going to college. He got like 1 year of college left. And they're like, yo, if you don't do it, then you're going to have to do this version. And he's like, yo, all right, crazy. Illuminati with my mind, soul, and my body. But it's like, how old is that song though? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a sharp double-edged sword, man. You know what I mean? And I don't think nobody is, especially the president, like, he don't, you know, Slow Joe, we ain't tripping off that guy, but you have to assume some type of accountability for where you at in the world. That's a fact. That's all I got on that one. You know what I mean? And dudes is nasty. Dudes is slimy, wipe their nose, give you 5. Take a, you know what I mean? Germs is real, fam.
Definitely is.
I'm gonna keep it real before you add on tag. I know you want to say something, right? Dude's been doing that way before it's Corona. Niggas go take a piss. Yo, what up, my nigga? You like, yo, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Not sanitary.
Yeah, it's sanitary. There's a lot of nasty people out there. Man,
the reality is that people are dying from getting colds, sick now. So before the jab or without the jab, like, I was a person that grew up. I never got, I don't know, like, you know, people get that
flu shot.
That flu. I never got none of those as a kid. Like, none of that. I never caught the flu. I never caught the mumps. I never caught the measles. All praise be to Allah. I've always had a healthy immune system. I always was active, you know. But I've been around people. Like, I just spoke to one of my homies. Like, my youngest son is 21. He just had COVID. He was quarantined, him and his girlfriend. Wow. One of my homies, SK, he's in Vermont. Beautiful place. And you think that the air is so beautiful that you won't get the cold. Like, he was man down. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Another one of my brethren in DC. He was like, he was in like he said he was in a coma for 100 days. I don't know how you in a coma for 100 days. That sound like you was dead. At some point, you was clearly not present anymore.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Doctor said you got 3 days to live, and he popped up out of that. So Like it's a lot of different stories of people who had to deal with this.
It might not be true. Something make you go.
I mean, niggas been in comas for years at a time.
That is true.
If he is, he's the fastest mother. You know what I mean? No disrespect. No disrespect. He might be telling the truth because it got to give benefit doubt. Is sometimes things happen sporadically. You know what I'm saying? People pops out of it and okay.
What I will say is coming out in the 90s, which a lot of people call the golden era. Like a lot of things we learned about the 90s, not only hip hop, not only rap, but the culture of hip hop. Like you got like breakdancing, which is almost like exercise. That's like capoeira. Like
right.
Dudes is healthy.
It takes a lot, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? True say you come up right off the era of the 80s where it was a lot of cocaine, crack, woolers. Dudes was, you know what I mean? Dudes was definitely, alcoholism and all of that. Definitely. But now you have this influx of like
mental health, all types.
When you're dealing with the mental health, when you're dealing with like these how you call it, psychotic drugs. Yeah. I don't know. I saw you call them
psychedelic drugs.
Not even
psychedelic drugs.
Opioids. These drugs that's
psychedelic drugs. Psychedelic.
It's not even psychedelic. The psychedelic drugs is cool. Like I love mushrooms. You know what I'm saying? Mushrooms is great. Mushrooms ain't gonna kill you unless you take a whole lot of mushrooms.
The aspect I was saying about, like the number of drugs. I just gave it that name.
No, but if you take fentanyl, if you take one hit of fentanyl, you will die. Like you could take one hit of fentanyl and you will be done. You know what I mean? It don't matter what your system is.
Yeah, it really depends on the
about this meth
dosage.
But if you take
fentanyl, that's even deadlier than that shit.
Right. So it was like when dudes was smoking woolers in the 80s. They got dudes was, what do you call it? Fentanyl.
Yeah, fentanyl. People dying over fentanyl.
I'm talking about when dudes would start mixing. What's woolers? Like, you got the woolers. Like, I mean, listen. I grew up.
Shout out to the Wolves.
I grew up in the town, like, you know what I mean? Like, he talking about.
Piece of the guards. Yo, I love y'all.
That Bombazi. You know what I mean?
They're real with that.
I grew up where dudes was just. It was alcohol at first. It was like mixing. The hardest liquor, the hardest malt liquor, like St. Ives, with goddamn.
What it was mixing it with?
Yeah, Boilermaker. We making Boilermaker. So it's like, and we would say, what was our slogan? Anything to get a little higher.
Anything to get a little
right?
higher.
Yeah. So when you watching kids, they like, they leaned out. They got access to everything. They perked out. They pilled up. Everything is a go, and they don't feel no pain. They playing video games in real life.
I'm not laughing at that. You just took me so far back.
I just zigzagged.
I just seen her standing like in front of the school, like
anything to get drink that, son.
That's crazy because niggas was really saying that, anything to get a little higher. But we wasn't really doing no.
We knew it was a red line.
Yeah. We wasn't Red Devil Angel dusting and shit like that. And we was watching what we rolled up. We wasn't smoking anything that just came from the left that was being passed.
Right.
So it's a thin line there. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
But that's the brotherhood too, because at some point it's like we play with each other and we like, yo, you smoking that wool, and they like, what, nigga? You know what I'm saying? It's like we watch out for each other. Because when somebody cross that line, be like, yo, son, what is that? Who passed you that?
Right.
Yo, I got that from,
Get
out of here.
That goes to the older guards teaching the younger guards having knowledge yourself. When you come around that cipher, something don't smell right over it. What's that?
Yeah, you know that.
Now it's like niggas
definitely
with the knowledge.
Right.
So, like what is y'all got currently going on? I know I witnessed you and the general. Shout out to D, the general Coop, Rough Riders. You know what it is.
My heels is on the concrete, bro.
Talk to them.
See you everywhere.
Yo.
That's the government right there.
Yo. I want
see me, but you don't
I want
see me.
everybody. I want everybody at home. I want y'all to download. Y'all don't know hip hop. Download Smif-N-Wessun, known as the Cocoa Brothers now.
Spell it right. SMIFNWESSUN, like the sun shining, baby.
Right.
Yeah.
Base. That's real.
Big up my partner, my brother, my Aggie Flash from Jersey. He's he's my partner with the Culture Culture Pushers Collective joint that we got going on. It's actually a conglomerate and
that's about to say. Tell us a little
bit it's a conglomerate collection of I hate the word back in the days and old school shit like this. But it's a conglomerate of brothers and sisters, artists, not only rappers like one of us who do graphics, who do all types of marketing, advertising, shit like that, logos. We just felt there was a void in the last few years where they took artist development away from the artists coming into this business. And if you don't know what the business is, you can either blow up overnight or you can really disappear like Hoffa overnight. They just won't know nothing about you. They think just because you got a Spotify channel or a YouTube channel, you popping, right? You moving around the world. Nah. So with Culture Pushers, we don't try, but we do. We show the artists how to speak in interviews, how to make your shows better and tighter, put joints together, how you rehearse, how you even dress to go out and move around in a room full of vultures, like the big boys say. Because that's what's out there. If you ain't prepared and your circle ain't tight, you're gonna get ate up out here. So we got that. We just put out a album called Culture Pushers Collective Volume 1. You can download that on the page from. It's on all the streaming joints out there.
All platforms.
If you know what the Instagram is, text Smokey Loud. You click the link in the bio. It's up there to take you straight through it.
Most definitely.
I don't know how many people are familiar with the last Smif-N-Wessun album that we did, produced with Ninth Wonder.
Ooh, legend. They're talking some legend. Yo, y'all getting some exclusive here.
You go get that. We got a joint up there with the big boss Ross. We got a joint up there with Farrakhan out there talking the knowledge.
Yeah.
The Music Soul Child.
Oh my gosh. Shooting the video, we got pulled over. Police jumped on his dick. Like, oh shit, that is him.
The police
say 16.
Talk about it. Let's get into that. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
My PNC, he got America's Nightmare Part 1 and 2. Bucktown is the label. They shooting all types of videos and movies. So I got a few joints coming up too. I got a few movies that I ain't not movies. Just it ain't really movies. It's just a
cool with it.
That's just rolling in. Come on, kid. You got that out there.
I just pulled up on the set after like 4 parties, and he's shooting the movie on Franklin and Union. I'm like, what you doing on Franklin Union? Like, how you out here? Like, dudes can't even go outside. Like, that's real talk. Like, he's trying to be cool about it.
Dude is crazy.
Like, you can't.
I love that guy.
Like,
smooth.
Like, dudes be outside. Like, dude,
just
like,
a humble soul, man.
That's great because he's doing a bunch of stuff. Like, Culture Pushers is doing a bunch of stuff. Like, you putting dudes on that nobody these people stop caring about.
So I gotta say rest in peace to our brother Bristol.
Rest in peace.
Yo, rest in peace, Bristol.
Entertainment Culture Pushers.
For real.
Like, we take care of our own, and this is what he's talking about. Like, this is what we've been talking about. Like, this is what hip hop is really about. You know what I mean? This is what Pac was talking about. This is what Biggie was talking about. This is what all our brothers was teaching us. Like, even, I hate to say other people's name, but love, peace, unity, and having fun. You know what I mean? Like, we forgot about that. Like, we having fun, but then after we have fun, we gonna shoot. Rest in peace to the young girl that got shot today.
No question.
16-year-old. You know what I mean? Y'all Fulianos.
I wanted to step in on that too. Like, what y'all feel about that right there? About the young people getting, man. A lot of young people getting shot down these days, man.
It's heartbreaking, man. Let me say something, man.
Boot camp reason. They busting their guns for no apparent reason out here.
I don't want to say there's no leadership. It's like there's no structure and.
Cause where I'm from, I see a couple of the old heads that I grew up with that I looked up to. I look at like you a bozo now.
Right, and that's what a lot of the young G's is looking. Right. Plus they making more money than them niggas is making, so they can't tell them.
I want to learn from my OGs.
Yeah, but if you got a nigga that's 16, 17 making more than a 30-year-old, 28-year-old.
He don't care.
He ain't gonna
He ain't
respect
trying to hear
him.
nothing.
Nah,
He don't
that's
give
true.
a fuck what you say, nigga.
True.
You just did 10 joints in the feds, nigga. You come home, fuck you
Talking
gonna
jail
tell me?
stories, right,
Word.
right.
Want to hear that? What
Fact.
you used to do, the bitches you was fucking, and how much bricks you was getting, and so it's.
But like
it's
you're
a,
saying,
it's
it
gap
gotta be a
there.
balance still though. Like
It's
I mean, that's up to us and platforms like this to spread
Yeah,
the knowledge
100%.
and bring the young as well as the older and be like, yo,
Right.
this is what we should be doing, or this is what we can do, or how we. I don't have all the answers. That's why your brain work, we all come together at the table and be like, yo, let's try this, let's put this down. We could do it 24 hours of no gun violence in this side of the hood and the stars. Just start from block to block to block until it flushes out the whole
Down for
Brooklyn
all that
area.
right there.
You know what I mean? Then we go
there's
from
too much
Brooklyn
young
uptown.
kids out here getting shot. Like Still just said, the little young girl that got shot. Like, come on now,
Yeah, but that's
Shot
happening
up a
everywhere.
park. with full of kids.
Mm-hmm.
You sitting
There's
in
no
the
more
park.
morals
You
out
sitting in
here.
the park. You sitting in the park playing chess, and some little dudes come and playing video game. They forgot the screen wasn't on. This is not joysticks. This is not controllers. But you have the power to pull it back. Like, you don't have any options, and you know, all of our community centers are gone.
Wow.
So what?
Definitely.
So now we're talking
I was
about
going
like
up, it was Jackie
what
Robinson
the
and-
homie
Yeah,
posted
the
up.
best
The
out
homie
boxing
Gat Murder
joint.
posted
Right.
up a picture of a young one of the little kid looked like he was about 6, 7, something like that, smoking looked like a spliff, and he had a looked like a 32 or something in his lap. You know, it's like his role models is dudes who do that. You talking about where his moms and pops at? His moms and pops probably do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
They get it from
That's actually
somebody.
fact.
Looking
yeah,
at
like
somebody.
get it from his mama. Like,
And then on
seeing
top
it
of that,
somewhere.
it's the caliber of these fucking guns that's out here. When we was coming up, it wasn't. I mean, it was Dracos and AKs, but they wasn't accessible.
it was a lot of 22s and
Right,
32s.
Out of a
Those
crew
even
of like this,
exist.
8 niggas, it was probably one hammer in the whole crew. So if you ain't had no hands
Mac
or know how to
11.
fight,
Right.
you had to take that ass whipping until that tech come around or that 38
Right.
come around.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now
Rest
niggas
in-
just go get 4/5 like it ain't nothing. The Iron Highway is niggas
Rest in
copping
peace.
4/5
Rest in
at
peace,
a time.
real ones, man.
All the real ones. All the real ones.
I mean that. Pardon me, cutting your divine wisdom, but I just want to real quick give a you know, like to the big homie Rumble.
Yes,
Woo,
sir.
full
Peace,
green.
Rumble. You know what I'm saying?
Full green, your rumble. Shout it out, baby.
D4L.
Salute.
Rumble was a dude who I watched with
See
my,
you, baby,
with my
out
own
there.
eyes. Dude pulled out
This
Dude
grown
pulled
ass.
out the hammer. You know what I'm saying? Extended the gun. And Rumble stepped in front of that and was like, shoot me, pussy. And dude ain't had a heart and got his ass handed to him Back to the Future.
Real shit. Real shit.
But it's
Shout
like,
out.
yo, dudes, when you there in that video game and it gets real for you like that, like it's no coming back.
Wow.
You know, a lot of guys got 60 years. A lot of guys got 100 and whoopty wow. Like,
Thing
you
is
coming
more
back.
than one life lost.
You know, you seeing your man. You talking about like a lot of these guys is like, yo, you going here? Y'all killed your man. You killed my man killed your man. All of that, and then you in the county, and then you see each other. And you go, yo, it was yo, my bad, fam. You gotta
wasn't
now,
even
you
like
gotta
that.
now, your brothers. Now you gotta be together because now y'all in here, and we gonna need each other, or we gonna have to kill each other.
Yeah, it's beef
Yeah.
like that exists on the street too. A nigga will wait till a nigga do 5 years, come home and still pop his melon
get at
on.
him.
I mean,
What?
even come on, man. Like, we talking about babies and moms, mothers, innocent, like women and children. Like, you don't know how to shoot, nigga. They not supposed to have no hammers.
Yeah, when you
Period.
shooting behind, you not looking. You
like this?
accidental murder. nigga.
I did it, fam.
That's accidental
I
murder.
spit the block. You ain't spin the block.
You know, I would say,
And
right?
you shooting 10 bullets at a time. You gonna hit something.
Not to cut
You
you,
know,
fellas off, man.
You know what I would say,
Pour
right?
yourself, big boy. Speak for
I would
me.
say-
Not to
We
cut
having
you
too
off.
much
Hold
fun
on.
over here.
I
What's
mean,
good?
Nah, it's all good. It's all love here, man. I mean, not to cut you off, but you gotta wrap this up.
Oh no.
You gotta wrap it up. But I appreciate y'all for coming through and
Oh
rocking.
man, you already.
Word. It's a blessing to have you legends with me, man.
Likewise.
Thanks for the
man.
invite.
Word.
Likewise.
Hold on. Let me see.
It's only right, man. I think that
And check out everything they got going on, man. Go check out Smif-N-Wessun. Go on YouTube. Go do your history. Learn what's going on.
Yeah, legends, living legend.
These are the
Hey,
legends
look,
right here.
look,
Check
as your
out
young
my
boy
man
said,
Tech.
they ain't with no security right now. They outside. They really outside. You know what I'm saying? Run up them, get that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Get some insight into the regular. No.
That'd be
I ain't
dangerous.
saying-
That could work out very bad for you.
Go
But
left.
yeah.